It is Wednesday, my dudes.
This drama contains adult language and partial nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, it's KT from the Ben and Skin Show, and you're listening to the Drunk Sports Podcast. Talking sports, current events, guy stuff, and everything in between. Now open up a cold one and drink along, because here they are.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
You can buy me a drink.
We're all drunk.
Hello, and welcome, drunk dudes and dolls and drunk sports pod turds and drunk sports nation. We are the Drunk Sports Podcast, live from the DSP Media Studios in sunny, very ritzy, money-laden North Dallas. I'm IndyCar Tim. I'm joined by Colby Tilleman Sapp. It is Hump Day, Colby.
It is Hump Day, which is the middle of the week, which is, it's the time to be. I mean, it's just the middle of the week. Every day is pretty much the time to be humping, right?
So I have a story about that.
Oh, yeah?
Not humping.
Oh.
Hump Day. First time I ever heard of Hump Day or heard that reference was in high school. Let's see, 9th grade at Marcus High School is where I was going in 9th grade.
Okay.
By the way, at the time, second year in existence of Marcus High School, as we were just 9th and 10th graders at the time because the colony wasn't open yet, as I show my age now here. Back in the day, the thing to do was pass notes between classes, right?
Right.
That's how you talk to girls, your friends, whatever.
Do you like me? Circle yes or no.
Not even that. Like, hey, what are we doing this weekend? It's just how we texted back then. You didn't text each other. You wrote a note. And then they would write under yours, and then you would write under that, and you just, between classes, you passed it back and forth. Well, there was this girl that I kind of liked. Pretty sure I had been friend zoned. I didn't know it yet. We used to meet at the skating rink and stuff,
Uh-huh.
Her and her friend, who was also hot, they were both hot. And then me and my friend, who come to find out later, both of them liked my friend, and just they wanted to be friends with me, of course. That's the story of my life. So anyway, Stacy was the girl. And we would pass notes, as I did with, lots of other girls. So she wrote on it on one morning, the first note she handed me of the day, Happy Hump Day. Clearly, it was probably a Wednesday. I had no idea because I'd never heard that before. And in Tim's horny 9th grade brain,
today was the day that you were going to get some laid.
I'm like, does this mean she wants to have sex with me? Like, legit, that's what I'm thinking because I've never heard that before. I'm like, oh, are we going to hump? So all I did on the note is underneath that, I wrote a bunch of question marks. And I said, is it? And then so I handed it back to her. She handed it back, and as she handed it to me, she's like, what were the question marks for? Okay, got to go here. And I took it, and I'm reading it, and it's just like moved on. Like,
right.
Well, God, this happened to me in first period. We don't believe it, whatever. So the whole rest of the day, my brain, I'm like, are we going to do it?
No,
we're about to do it. I think we're going to do it. So needless to say, it never came up again the rest of the day.
Oh.
Tim's at home thinking, did I blow a chance? I mean, the hell is Hump Day? So I remember I asked my buddy on the phone that night. I'm like, so Stacy handed me this note. It said, Happy Hump Day. He's like, yeah, so? He's like, it is. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, it's Wednesday, dude. It's the middle of the week. You go up and then you go down. It's the high point of the week. I'm like, I'm so disappointed right now. And I've been disappointed my whole life since, Colby.
So
it's terrible.
So even when Dirk said something about Hump Day.
Yeah. Well, this was way before that.
Right.
Clearly by the time Dirk referenced it, I knew what it was. I thought Dirk's going to have sex with a camel?
That's right. That's right.
Wasn't there a camel in that commercial too?
That's part of Hump Day, right?
I guess camels have 2 humps though.
Some of them do. Some of them are Lance Armstrongs of the Camel Nation.
John Kruk.
Mm-hmm.
The one ball line.
They're the unihumper.
What do you call those?
What?
They have different names. I used to know them. 1 hump and 2 hump camels.
I don't know.
And I used to call my girlfriends, oh, she's a 1 humper or she's a 2 humper. Now I can't remember what they were called. Because I could use that code because none of them knew what it meant.
Right.
And now apparently I don't either.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a great show for everybody, contrary to the last 3 minutes of the show there. As I told my story. We're going to go around the Cowboys for a little bit, recap some Packers, maybe preview a little bit of Vikings. We've got our good, the bad, and the ugly coming up. Our version of celebrity birthdays with a twist. We will do our Week 11 NFL picks against the spread. Big Red sent me his picks. He apparently owns a golf course and decided he needed a board meeting.
Right.
He called a board meeting for all of his constituents there in Monroe City, Missouri. So he will not be on with us, but I have his picks. And then a brand new segment I'm going to debut. Colby doesn't even know about this. I haven't even talked to him about it. It's called What Happened to Her? And that's how you have to say it. Not what happened to her. Not that. It's what happened to her.
Oh, so it's kind of like the
What are those?
Very much so, just like that.
okay.
And then Colby and I had an interesting text conversation regarding another segment he wanted to do that we will do because it's called What's Your Highlander of Condiments?
That's right.
And so when he texted me that, we sort of have a discussion, and then I had to circle back around, and I said, what do you mean by Highlander?
Oh, my God.
Is that like a comic book or something? And so he proceeded to tell me what it is, and I was like, yeah. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Is that a movie from the 90s or something? He's like 86, which was right in my wheelhouse. That's when I was at Marcus writing notes to Stacy. I should have known 1986.
You should have. Holy crap. So the edumacation of one Tim Ham is going to be thrown down while we also find out what his favorite restaurant condiment is.
Yes.
By the way, and when we get to that segment, y'all be sure and, comment in or tweet us or whatever and tell us what your favorite restaurant condiment is. Now, the thing is, it just can't be one that's like, oh, I just get mayonnaise or whatever. No. Or just any ketchup. It's got to be a specific ketchup from a specific restaurant or another sauce from a specific restaurant. That's what we're going to find out is which one is the king.
No, and it'll be fun because I have a few favorites and I had to narrow it down because apparently it's the Highlander. And what's the saying?
There can be only one, Tim.
I don't know what any of that means. But we'll get into it anyway. Then, of course, we'll close the show as we do each and every episode with some news and notes of the weird and strange. Colby Sapp's world-famous ending of a segment. But, Colby, you want to talk a little Cowboys here and get that out of the way?
Yes.
I feel like it's something we need to get out of the way. And now it's time for Around the Cowboys, where we discuss America's team and all of their mediocre NFC East opponents. Brought to you by the Drunk Sports Podcast and BetUS. Let's kick it off. So, this is not going to be a very sports intense show.
It's really not.
We're sort of doing the obligatory Cowboys segment here and then our obligatory pick segment. And that's kind of it. And that's okay. Because we're not a sports podcast, although it's in our name.
It's fun times. And there might actually, side note, a little bit of curtain pullback, there might be in the future of this show a slight name change. Maybe happening. We're kicking it around.
Yeah.
We're not going to leave it up to the internet to name us because then we'll be Showy McShowface. And that's...
Which isn't bad.
It's not bad.
But we have better.
But we'll probably come up with something like that. But
we could say we're going to open it up to the internet.
And just not do it anyway?
And then just use what we are going to say because they wouldn't know.
We really like the fact that Frank came up with this great name from the internet. We're going to use it. So
we like Frank. We're going to name our show after him.
That's right. The Cowboys. Good God Almighty. Okay, I would like to talk a little bit about that. Not much. I'm not going to ruin a lot of your days by going back, 3 or 4 days to that awful Sunday that happened. But the Green Bay game, man, there's some boogeyman things going on with Aaron Rodgers and the Dallas Cowboys. And also a little bit of referee things going on with that game. But ultimately, you just couldn't cover one guy. The run game had a little bit to do with it, and that was something that was addressed by Mike McCarthy during his press conference and it's something that if you watched any of the tape, then you noticed this as well. They didn't know what a C-gap was, and they also didn't know how to control the ends of the line of scrimmage and really set the edge. It was constantly being just run over, and nobody had the C-gap whatsoever. It was like me the first time looking for the man in the canoe. Just
Is that your C gap?
Just couldn't find it. Whatever.
I don't know that a lot of people are going to know what you mean by that. And that's okay.
Look up the Charlotte Hornets New Jerseys. You'll figure it out.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
You'll figure it out. And that's really what I took from that game was that the bugaboo and Aaron Rodgers is used to beating the Cowboys and somewhat of seeing our helmets across from him in his home stadium got him going a little bit and pulled up some of his mojo, and we couldn't stop the run, and we were still going to win the game if somebody could cover one receiver. And maybe the refs called everything like they were supposed to call it.
Yeah, but how often does that happen in a game?
It doesn't.
Ever.
And you know what? Everybody else was upset about it. I've been so used to watching Cowboys games and seeing this go wrong for my team that it's starting to not affect me anymore.
I just expect it every game. And I expect it for both teams because it's not always just on the Cowboys. It usually works out both ways. The calls usually end up evening out. Bad calls for the Packers, bad calls for the Cowboys. It seemed in this game, more of the bad calls went towards the Cowboys in favor of the Packers. But you know what? That'll probably even out in another game down the road where the Cowboys will get the majority of the calls. And I've just, like you, I've come to terms with that. It's just the way it's going to be.
Right.
The Cowboys have a habit out of making stars out of nobody. This has happened throughout their history. I mean, think about, so the Packers, Aaron Jones, his first NFL game was against the Cowboys. Nobody had ever heard of him.
Right. Now
he ran for a bajillion yards against the Cowboys.
He subsequently became a star after that and did that to other teams besides the Cowboys. Watson, I want to blame that a little bit also on as much as I have not liked a lot of his play, but still Anthony Brown wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he's done all right. And they covered Lazard with Diggs for the most part, and he didn't get any passes thrown his direction for the most part. Diggs was doing
3 catches, 45 yards on 4 targets.
Yeah, he was doing his job. But you just attacked a weak link with what we thought maybe, but he had speed.
Yeah.
Speed to burn.
Outran everybody.
Yeah.
Including Diggs on occasion.
Right, because Diggs was running over there trying to help out.
Yeah. Not his man, but yeah. I think about Russell Wilson. His very first NFL game ever was against the Cowboys.
Yeah, but that's also when he was a Seattle Seahawk. And
torched the Cowboys.
Now it's proven to be that he may have been a system quarterback. Because what are you doing now, dude? And Geno Smith is awesome all of a sudden.
MVP.
Yeah.
Dude, look, we have the same MVP candidates every year. I'm ready for somebody unexpected, somebody new. I would love to see. And you know what? Geno Smith has not been a terrible quarterback.
I mean,
he's just never really separated himself. He wasn't bad with the Jets.
He was bad with the Jets.
He was with the Jets. That's the problem.
Yeah, but he was bad.
I don't think he was that bad.
No, he was bad.
But I would love to see Geno Smith win an MVP. I would love to see the Seahawks make a deep run in the playoffs. I'd love to see them win that division.
I mean,
how great would that be? I mean, they're probably going to.
I mean, I'm not going to stand up here and say I'd love to see all that. I'd be happy for Geno. I wouldn't be happy for a whole lot of other people on that team. Just because it's Seattle and they kind of irritate me.
Well, their uniforms irritate me. But I'm tired of the Rams, tired of the 49ers, tired of the Cardinals.
I mean, the Cardinals, the Rams, I think, they're pretty much not going anywhere.
I know.
They're where they're at. The 49ers, I know people tell me they're good, and
I keep hearing that too.
I don't see it as much as everybody else does. I love a lot of their pieces. I don't know if I love the team as a whole.
Yeah. Well, you can't if you're a Cowboys fan.
Well, I mean, even from afar, like looking at it, if I was to look at the NFL, like I'd be looking at a vending machine full of stuff. It's just like, all right, yeah. Well, I mean, they're potato chips without a whole lot of flavor. They're not even Lay's, so why would I get them?
Yep.
So there's that. Minnesota Vikings. Can we move on real quick, or we want to stay there?
No, go ahead.
The Minnesota Vikings game coming up, and we'll have our picks when we pick against the spread here in just a little bit, right after the good, bad, and the ugly. But I guess I'll go ahead and give this a little bit away. The Minnesota Vikings game that your Cowboys are playing is not happening at noon. And that's really all I need to say. Because if you go back and you look at the Minnesota Vikings schedule so far this year, they have played 1 3:00 game. The rest of the games and one late night game. Late night game was versus the Eagles. That's the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 3:00 game is they got the Green Bay Packers, but they got them at the beginning of the season when they looked like total trash doo-doo. And so they won that game. Every game since then has been a noon game, and one game that was earlier against the Saints was an 8:00 game. And by the way, they barely won that game.
Right.
But it wasn't a 3:00 game. I'm telling you right now, Kirk Cousins turns into a pumpkin on 3:00 games. Complete pumpkin. And if the Cowboys can somehow find the man in the canoe, the C gap, because that's where Minnesota likes to run the ball, you should be able to win this game to where just say, I think they're going to win even if they're not, even if they're giving up points, which they should be.
Right.
So,
and the Vikings, as we saw this past week in their overtime win against the Bills, by the way, one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They can score in bunches too.
They can.
And you've got to watch out for that. And I don't know, and we know the Cowboys are very much a Jekyll and Hyde team from 1 week to the next. 1 week you're going to have, the performance they had against the Bears. And then the next week you could have the performance they had against, the Buccaneers in week 1 or any other game other than the Bears this year. You just don't know. And you'd like to think they're going to show up against the good teams and they're going to show up against the bad teams. They don't show up against the bad teams. Look what just happened with Green Bay.
I don't think that's a bad team anymore.
Green Bay?
I really don't.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think the Eagles lose to them as well.
Oh, do you really?
Or no, wait, the Eagles already don't play them yet, do they? They already played them. Never mind.
The Vikings?
No, the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah. No, they've already played. They beat the Packers.
Yeah, they played them.
But I'm afraid of what Cowboys team is going to show up against a team like the Vikings, especially on the road. It's hostile territory, as they say.
Oh yeah, because that one guy that's wearing no shirt's going to be yelling "Skull" the whole time.
It's got to be one of the most annoying fan bases in the history of sports.
But they got cool gear. It's almost as cool as Raiders gear, right?
After every first down, all you hear in the background is God, it just drives me crazy. We're about to have a very special guest joining the show, Colby.
Really?
As he is on his way.
Sweet.
As our +1 for the night is going to be Mr. Gary Jackson from the Bottom Line Sports Talk Boys that are here usually Tuesday nights from 7 to 8 live on our airwaves.
Well, hold on to your butts for that.
Yeah. So one of us may have to run down and let him in the building as soon as he texts me that he's here.
That's fine.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into our picks against the spread here after a good, bad, and the ugly coming up. So I don't want to give away my pick, but I don't feel very good about the Cowboys in this game. I know you do because of the time of the game. Kirk Cousins.
I also actually do believe that this football team, as far as its mental makeup, is a little bit better than it has been in the past. And from what I've been hearing about visits to the Star, there's a lot of pissed off Dallas Cowboys that are rolling around there and really pointing out where they need to fix stuff instead of pointing fingers at each other, pointing it at themselves where they need to fix things. And
well, they should be.
I know, but that's not always commonplace when you talk about your Dallas Cowboys locker room. It's really not. It's more of it was that fault and this fault. And I know everybody's talking about Pollard, how he mentioned the referees.
Right.
And that was part of it there, but they quickly got it turned around to also pointing at each other. So I am anxious to see what happens with the Dallas Cowboys coming up this Sunday at 3:00. Again, not at noon, so it should be the Jekyll cousins or the Hyde. Which one was the bad one? Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was the bad one, right?
So time for cousins to hide.
But yeah, I don't feel good about it. And we'll get into it a little bit more in our picks against the spread. And I feel like we saw the old Dak again show up against the Packers.
What? You mean the interceptions that CD caused?
No, not just the interceptions.
Okay.
Although those were, yes, both of them really were attributed to CD, right?
Yes.
I also feel like neither one of those balls should have been thrown.
Well, you have to remember that in the NFL game, that when you're counting on your receiver to push back that safety, you're now not looking at where that safety's at, because that safety shouldn't be there, because your guy's supposed to do his job.
Yep.
So,
and how long has that gone on between Dak and CD Lamb?
It's now gone on for 2 games.
No, it's gone on for 3 years.
No. Right now, that particular route, it's gone on for 2 games.
So I'd quit throwing to CD Lamb is what I would do if I was Dak.
He was also caught like 160 yards worth of passes.
His first game over 100 yards, by the way, a week before, which is fine. I just think CD has more bad games than good games. If I'm Dak, he gets maybe 4 targets a game. I mean, if Dak's trying to win the game, I don't know why you're going to throw to your worst receiver.
He's not. Well, he's not the worst receiver. He's the best receiver
on the field
that you've got.
Oh God! Well, then we're in trouble. Cowboys are in deep shit if CD Lamb is their best option at wide receiver.
You've just found somebody else new to hate again.
That's not new. You know, I haven't liked CD Lamb since they drafted him.
Well,
I liked him as a number 3 receiver, which is what I feel like he is.
Wow.
If you want to use him as a number 2, that's fine. But, dude, there is no possible way he will have a successful career as a number 1 option in the NFL at wide receiver. He's too inconsistent.
Okay.
Same reason why Amari Cooper probably will not have a long career. I know how long he's been in the league now, but look how many teams and look at the things that are said about him where he just checks out sometimes. I think CD Lamb checks out sometimes too. He's just on the field when he does it rather than on the sideline when Cooper does it.
Okay.
That's just my professional sports opinion.
I don't know if I would put the tagline professional in the same words that just rolled out of your mouth.
I get paid to do things.
I mean, maybe not this.
Someday. I hope to. All right. Well, we'll get into our picks and predictions in our segment after this. But Colby, you want to do some birthdays?
I do want to do some birthdays.
Let's do some birthdays.
All right, all y'all that are watching on either the Twitch or the Facebook or the YouTube or the whatever, if you've downloaded this, you can tweet at us at Colby Sapp or at IndyCar Tim, and you can go through your good, bad, and ugly for today's date. As I have went through the famous birthdays of, well, people I think are famous enough to make my list, and I read them off, and your job is to come up with the good person, the bad person, and the ugly person in this list. So starting off today, we're going to go with one Doc Dwight Gooden. He's 57.
Cocaine, Colby.
Yes! And also a really good picture on that cocaine, by the way.
Aren't we all?
I mean, I don't know if we all are.
How old is he? 57?
He's 57.
God.
How
did he live to be that old?
Well, I mean, obviously cocaine.
Well, bring me some then.
Actually, he got off of that stuff, and he's doing a lot better. And sure, I mean, what else? I mean, he could say. Well, I don't guess he could save. Like, nope, I still love the cocaine.
Yeah, are you allowed to say that?
I mean, probably not into a microphone or
on TV or something.
They interviewing you. He's like, no, cocaine's great. Love it. Keeps me energized. Have that little coffee in the morning. Go swim to Britain. It's great.
It's a long swim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a lot of energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Turning 58 years old today. This is so weird. You think of Dwight Gooden. He's 57.
Yep.
Right? But then you think of this guy at 58, Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny, the microwave Testaverde. That was a different Vinny.
Yeah. No, this was Vinny Interceptiverde.
Especially when he was with the Cowboys.
Right. Who I still remember to this day. There was a playoff game or see who was getting into the playoffs. And the referees confused his helmet with the football as it crossed the goal line.
I remember that.
And it was a Jets helmet, which was white, and the football's brown. and I just couldn't figure out
Why?
how that was confused with, oh, that's the football. No, that was
The Miami guy, right? Miami Hurricanes.
Yes.
Way back in the day.
And also part of them Buccaneers.
And yeah, of course, that was his first team before he went to the God, he's been, how many teams has he been with?
Oh, I don't know. A lot.
mean, Jets, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Panthers.
Yeah, there was a few.
Jesus. And I mean, yeah, intercept the Verdi.
He was just good enough that you might be okay.
Browns, he was a Brown too.
Right. Which who
I always liked Vinny Testaverde though.
As when he put the helmet on, I immediately thought that Bernie Kosar just walked back out there because they both about looked the same.
Didn't Bernie Kosar come after Testaverde at Miami?
I think so.
I have to look and see when they got drafted and stuff. He was right there with him though.
Yeah. Turning 39 years old today, and one of the guys that Kevin Hagelin, when I pronounced his name in a midnight snack, Kevin Hagelin was listening, and now it's the drop every time he's brought up on any kind of basketball notes.
Oh, no.
Amari Stoudemire, or as I said it, my Stoudemire. He's 39.
So a lot of people call him Amari Stoudemire.
Right.
But his name is Amari Stoudemire. There was a Todd Stoudemire.
Stoudemire, yes.
Right? I feel like a lot of people confuse their names. Suns, right?
Yes. He was with the Suns.
Probably others. All right.
He also played for your local team here.
Did he play for the Mavericks? I can't remember.
Yes. Turning 70 years old today.
Oh, death.
No, I hope this man never dies. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Founder of McDonald's.
Nope. But he is the guy that helped make Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, and a lot of those games.
So a Nintendo engineer?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He's the guy behind those games.
70.
Yes.
Wow.
Turning 44 today. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Dude, I don't know what to think about Maggie, brother of gay Gyllenhaal. I don't know if sometimes she looks hot. And like other times I'm like, she doesn't even look like a human.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a something hot.
I mean, she's a good actress.
She's a great actress. And she's something hot. She's kind of like who's other something hots? Fergie. Fergie is something hot.
I don't know if I've ever seen her hot.
She can be smoking hot and then
Pink.
and then walk out on stage the next time and be like, "Oh God, has she bathed this year?"
Probably not. I mean, I've seen like Pink look hot sometimes and not look dirty other times.
Yeah, Pink can something hot on you.
Something hot, huh?
Yeah,
it's probably what I am. I'm a something hot Colby.
I think you're. Never mind.
She's only 44.
She's only 44.
She looks 54.
Well, a lot of the dramas that she's in makes sure that she's, pretty much as regular faces can be to look as the, how much emotion is dragging onto her.
I mean, if everybody out there listening and that will be listening is wondering if I'd kick her out of bed, yes, but not until I was done with her.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
All right. Lisa Bonet turns 54.
Ooh,
I mean, no.
Something hot.
I'm going to go with no.
No?
No, I'm going to go with
Cosby Kid.
Yes. I'm not going to go something hot, though. I think she's a level above something hot.
But she looks dirty sometimes. Like, I bet she doesn't shower every week.
No.
With that rat's nest of a hairdo sometimes.
That's just she hasn't washed her hair.
Well, it can be dirty then.
I mean, her hair can be, but
I bet pulling cookie crumbs out of that hair.
I mean, I bet she's
all right. I'll yes. You know what? You won me over. She's hot. I do like Lisa Bonet. Don't they have a daughter now though? It's hot too.
I actually have no idea.
I think there's a daughter. Her and what's his face, Lenny McCravittson. I think they have a kid now that's like of age and hot.
Oh yeah, that's it's Catwoman.
What's her name?
That's
Is
Lenny
it Kravitz?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I thought that because it was true.
By the
Can't
way,
think of her name. Oh, Catwoman from the most recent
yes,
Batman, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she was hot. She was hot.
And last week, Katie, is when I grew a porn stash. Was it last week? I think it was last week. No.
Oh, this is your second week with the porn stash because you had it. You debuted it when Lance was here. Because remember, that's all he wanted to talk about was your porn stash.
Oh, where he said, and let's talk about Colby's porn stash. Or no, magnificent porn stash. I had a goat once.
Yeah, he doesn't remember any of those scenarios.
So, yes, no, I was shaving and thought, man, you know what? Never done a mustache before. Let's do it.
Huh.
And it happened. Bull is 22 years old today.
That's Minute's kid, right?
That is Minute's kid.
Is he 11'11"?
He's somewhere around that 8-foot marker.
Is he?
So,
Minute Bull was 7'7", right?
Yes.
Because he was an inch taller than Sean Bradley, who was 7'6". Tragically no longer with us.
Right.
Bull plays basketball too, though, right?
He does.
You think Minute named his kid Bull, knowing that Bull was also his last name, and he just wanted him to be called Bull?
Yes.
Is that a thing from their country?
I'm pretty sure Minute Bull knew that his kid's last name was going to be Bull when he named him Bull.
Well, I didn't know how that works. I didn't know if they knew what their last name were going to be or.
What?
So whose birthday is it? Bull?
Bull.
And how old is he?
He's 22.
Happy birthday, Bull.
Missy Pyle turns 50 years old.
Oh,
Pyle?
Colby.
What?
She's another one. Something hot.
She is.
Sometimes she looks really good, and then other times I'm like, ugh.
What happened?
I would still do her, but I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Do any of you people know what I do for a living and when I do it? Bastards.
And 28 years old today. That's one Pete Davidson.
Oh, God. He's two of my categories right there. He's only 28.
He's only 28.
He's had a horrible life at 28 already.
No, he hasn't. He has had a great life. What are you talking about?
Such a miserable human being.
He's not.
Do you like him? You like his comedy and his commercials? And I'm never eating at Taco Bell again, by the way, because of his idiocracy on their commercials.
Okay, I'll explain this again. I know everybody hates on Pete Davidson, but here's the thing. I respect the fact that I believe the only shred of appreciable talent that Pete Davidson has is his ability to just be cool. And then
we all have that.
No. Not to the level of coolness that he can exude is the only reason why he has reached any kind of level of fame. And the fact that only shred is what he has, and he's somehow made that to where he's recognized on Taco Bell commercials and running through like hot ladies left and right and making a gigantic career for himself out of basically nothing. Makes me go, sweet God, there is not a person on this planet that also doesn't have a chance.
It's terrible.
So I think Pete Davidson is great. Why? Because he's able to do this with absolutely no talent whatsoever. And I think it's amazing.
Gross.
Downright amazing. And he should be congratulated, and he's an American treasure.
It's gross.
Because he made all the money with having absolutely...
He doesn't have any money, right? I mean, who gives him money? Taco Bell?
Does
he have money?
Yes. There's yes, he's got all the money.
All right, if you say so. Hey, I'm going to get our guest situated real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Vamp.
I love to count. Actually. We have a new guest showing up. The guest is from the Bottom Line Sports, one of those boys, and he's about to come sit in here with us and hang out and do some fun shit because we've pretty much ran through most of the sports. So the rest of that's what we've got going on. It's about to be stupid. And this is amazing because he gets to be a part of the stupidity right along with us. So you better hold on to your butts for that. I'm going to go ahead and give you my good and bad and ugly for today's good and bad and ugly. As my good is Shigeru Miyamoto, 70, because Nintendo, Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda wouldn't have happened without him. So he's my good. My bad is, well, I never liked any of her movies, ever, and it's Missy Pyle. Anytime she's a character in anything that's on the TV, I pretty much want to turn it off quickly.
I just want to do her.
And my ugly, man, there's a lot out here, but the sump to hot of Maggie Gyllenhaal has to go ahead and grab the ugly rank for today.
Wow.
And there's my good, bad, and ugly. Tim?
Wow. Here we go again with our opinions intersecting, but in exact opposite ways.
Uh-huh.
I've got Maggie Gyllenhaal as my good.
Okay. I mean, it should have been Pete Davidson, but go ahead.
No, because Pete Davidson is my bad.
Okay.
And I can't put enough exclamation points on the end of the word bad for Pete Davidson.
Again, no appreciable talent, and he's still got all this money. I think it's amazing. Go America.
I don't think he's American, though.
I don't care.
I was about to say, isn't he Canadian?
Yeah, but
No, we're not letting him in our country.
he's made all his money in America. So
He's making Taco Bell commercials now.
And that's why we'll never eat at Taco Bell.
Oh,
I'm done. They're dead to me.
mm-hmm.
What do I have left? My ugly?
Yep.
I'm going to go with Bol as my ugly.
I mean, I can see that because you don't like tall people.
Yeah, he's too tall.
Yeah.
I mean, his dad wasn't very attractive either, but,
Yeah, but just give him a minute.
Oh, Jesus. Now I got to find the freaking. Hang on. Wait for it. I got one here somewhere. I'm going to have to relabel these rim job, and I'll probably find it quicker.
Yes.
rim job?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm curious right now.
You don't know what a rim job is?
No. I know what it is. I just wanted to know what the sound was. I love all my white people.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Drunk Sports Podcast audience, I'd like to introduce y'all to one Gary Jackson, one half of the Gary and Carey Show, the Bottom Line Sports Talk Boys, heard on our airwaves Tuesday nights from 7 to 8, and at other times in replays, and also anytime you want to hear at dspmediaonline.com. Just go find their show, Bottom Line Sports Talk, and listen to them whenever you want. But we wanted to have him in on the show for a long time, and Colby's like, hey, why don't we invite Carey and Gary? We're going to try to have both of you guys in. And your brother fizzled out on us. I don't know. He probably had a date or something.
Right.
Oh, he's just lame.
Oh, well, there you go. We're used to lame people on this show.
Yeah.
Look at me.
He's just a little lame. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Probably had a lady friend over.
Either that or it's because Warzone 2 came out today.
I mean, I did see that.
Did
I kinda wanna get
NBA
it.
2K14 come out today?
No, I said it. Warzone 2. It's a big thing.
Is that the Modern Warfare one?
Yes.
Or is that Call of Duty?
It's Call
Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Okay. And when does that come out?
It's today.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
No.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh, okay. I thought Modern Warfare was just a different thing. My bad. All right. Well, Gary, you get to, even though you don't know what our picks are going to be, you're welcome to pick with us if you want for,
I'm with it.
it's probably the last sports thing we're doing tonight because we're ready to have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
I came here for the fun. I think I came here in time.
I know you did. So let's get into this.
And now it's time to pick 'em with us, the Drunk Sports Podcast, in our NFL picks against the spread.
All right, boys and girls, here we go. It is week 11 in the NFL. Time for our picks against the spread. To recap last week very quickly, Tinker was coming off of a 10-point week, the very first perfect week ever in our show. And I'm being produced here from the Peanut Gallery.
Is it too loud?
No. Had a request to take the heart off the screen.
Okay.
That's the only thing that was getting me by, Jason, was looking at Katie's heart.
I did like Katie's heart too.
As I was sitting here thinking about rim jobs.
What?
Huh? So it's week 11. Tinker came off of a 10-point week. A 10-point week with an 8-point week last week.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but since he's no longer with us, just not with us anymore.
Because he died?
No, he's not dead. He's just not with our show anymore. He's focusing on Cowboys content for us.
The way you described it did sound like he died.
Oh no, I would never imply that at all. So even though he's got 57 points, he's no longer with us. So that means that Lance is in the lead now. He went from last to first, from worst to first in 1 week, Colby.
Well, because
by virtue of Tinker leaving.
Yeah. And also I didn't have a great week.
Neither one of us had a great week. So the standings are Big Red with 48, Tim with 46, Colby with 46 as we go into this week. Yeah, so we're only really 2 behind. Thank God Tinker left. Maybe that's a real reason that we asked him to reassign, right? He was doing too good.
Man, can you go do something else besides be here? Because
you're going to beat us all.
Yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, we don't like that. So we pick, Gary, we pick the 3 primetime games, the Cowboys game, and a random NFC East game that at my mercy. I mean, I pretty much make the picks, so. This week, we will start with Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. We have the 6-3 Titans at the 4-6 Pack. The Packers are favored by 3 with a 41-point total. Big Red goes first, and he's not here, but I have his picks as Big Red takes Green Bay and the over. I will go second, Colby, so you don't have to.
Okay.
As I've got Green Bay, because I'm no longer a believer in Ryan Tannehill, even though they're 6-3.
Never have been.
Green Bay, but I'm taking the under on this.
Go ahead and give me crap. Is it in Green Bay?
It is in Green Bay.
Yeah, all right. Give me Green Bay then.
The frozen tundra.
Give me the over.
Green Bay in the over. What about you, Gary?
I'm going to go against the grain. Give me Tennessee in the under.
Wow. I don't like the way this guy thinks.
I'm not a Ryan Tannehill believer. I'm a Derrick Henry believer, though.
Okay.
Derrick Henry's nothing without Ryan Tannehill. Just remember that.
Did you mean the reverse, though?
Mark my words.
Well, you might want to mark your own words.
In 2 years, no one will know who Derrick Henry is, and Ryan Tannehill will be in the Hall of Fame.
Nope. No, what?
Are you Alex Jones?
Texas A&M Aggies Football Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Okay.
Our next game on the slate, boys, Sunday Night Football on NBC. The 7-2 Chiefs of the Kansas City at the 5-4 Los Angeles, San Diego, back to Los Angeles Chargers. Y'all know they originated there before they went to San Diego?
Yeah.
That is a fact. The Chiefs are favored by 7.5 with a 50.5-point total. Big Red has the Chefs and the over. Boys, I'm calling for the upset.
Really?
As I'm taking the Chargers and the over.
Are you calling for the upset as in?
No, not the win.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I was wondering.
I don't like doing that. I mean, I think they'll win, but it doesn't matter for these picks.
So I got to go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to go with that over. And you know what? This would be closer, except I don't think the Chargers have a good coach at all.
No, they have a terrible coach. I think they'll win despite him.
I think Herbert is severely overrated.
Wow.
The look on my face right now.
I like Justin Herbert.
I do too.
I'm just
Justin Sherbert.
He's got a great arm. I think he's Jeff George.
Oh, he doesn't have that great of an arm. Come on.
I think he's Jeff George.
I think when he gets himself a coach, you think that's going to work wonders for him.
Yeah. Or he's Jeff George.
And it'll probably be Sean Payton, by the way, next year in San Diego, in LA.
Just saying it now. He's Jeff George.
All right. Well, we'll see.
That's messed up.
We'll see when he's inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I'm a little sad about that.
Well, you know. Who you got, Gary?
I'm going with my heart here. I'm going to go with the Chargers and the over. Because I believe that the Chargers need to make up for what they did the first time. I'm thinking they're going to get it done.
Okay.
I agree.
The coach, because I agree with you. The coaches.
Brandon Staley should have never gotten that job. There were other candidates hired or that were interviewed way better than him.
Well, like it's
like
not,
me.
It's not even the fact that he got it. It's not the fact that he got it. It's that he's still in position of. Like, that's what I don't understand.
Why are you still there?
Yeah, why are you still there?
Like Josh McDaniels. Shouldn't be there next year.
Hey, Gary, do me a favor. Move that laptop in front of you so that you're in the middle of your frame. There you go. God, sorry, that's been bugging me the whole time you've been on.
Well, you said it like that.
Well, I couldn't see it yet. Jeez, man. Demanda over here.
You said it like that. I'm just saying.
5-4 49ers at the 4-6 Cardinals, an NFC West matchup on Monday Night Football on ESPN with Joe and Troy calling the game like only they can. Colby, I feel like if you and I were doing play-by-play in color, I feel like that's what we'd be like.
Who's Troy and who's Joe?
I'll be Troy.
Okay, good. Wait,
I'll be Troy.
But I don't want to be the guy that really loves Fernando Tatis.
Just a little too much, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the original Fernando Tatis.
Oh, no, that's
the Ranger.
One. That's the one.
Yeah, he was awesome, man. Well, Joe's a big Cardinals homer. Everybody knows that. The 49ers favored by 9.5 points. Woo! In Arizona at that big freaking ugly stadium of a stadium they have over there with a 43.5 point total. Big Red has Arizona and the under. I am taking San Francisco.
Oh, wow. All right.
And I'm also taking I'm just going to go ahead and take the over on that because I think that they're just going to score a lot and I just think that all the points are going to be racked up with the tight ends.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
That's just what I think.
Right. Right. Well, give me the Cardinals because that's too many points. I don't think the 49ers have that many points in them. And so give me the under.
Aren't you a Christian McCaffrey lover?
I am.
I think
when he's not hurt, right?
I think he's pointless. I don't get it.
I mean, if you've ever owned a fantasy team.
I did. I never had him on. Well, I did have him on it 1 year, and he was hurt the whole year, so F him.
Mm-hmm.
Gary, who you got?
Got the 49ers in the under. Still don't believe in Jimmy G, but hey, he get it done in the regular season.
Future Hall of Famer?
Unfortunately. In the porn industry, not in real life.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I've seen his penis. He's not going to be a Hall of Famer.
I have not seen his penis.
Everybody's seen his penis. Are you not on the same websites I'm on?
No.
And
I also never Googled anybody's specific penis.
Thank you so much.
I Googled my penis once.
I mean, it's probably there, which is the reason why I haven't.
Yeah.
Are we sure we saw it on there?
I Googled it, then I diddled it.
That's actually the first time of the alliteration diddled myself is it came from Tim because that's what you call it when you're messing with something that small.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I mean, I cannot.
You got tweezers?
That's right.
They don't make them small enough.
They don't make them small. Oh. Hey,
unfortunately for me.
I know what the sponsorship need to be.
What, finger condoms? Next on the docket, the 5-5 Commanders at the 1-7-1 Texans. Oh, God. By the way, Commanders, if the playoffs started today, every NFC team and the NFC East team is in. You realize that?
That's amazing.
How crazy is that?
That's a sorry stat. I'm not happy.
It's a sorry league is what it is.
That too.
I mean, the South needs to get it together.
Commanders favored by 3 with a 40.5 point total. Big Red has Washington and the under. I'm really tempted to take the Texans here.
You shouldn't be.
I am. I'm taking the Texans.
All right.
And the under. Colby.
Wait. Do we know who's starting at quarterback this next?
For who?
For the Commanders.
Heineke.
Is it? Because Wentz has been cleared, right?
Yeah, it's Heineke. It's Heineke.
But it is Heineke?
Yep.
Okay, then give me the Commanders, because if it was Wentz, I was totally going to pick the Texans. Give me the Commanders. And what's the points again?
40.5.
Ooh, give me the under.
Gary.
Give me the Texans for the under. They are better than their record.
They are.
Not that much better.
Not that
but
much
they're
better. They've
They're
had some
better.
near misses, and I'm actually somewhat of a believer in Davis Mills. I think he's going to be serviceable.
I'm more
I
of a
never
believer-
said that.
I'm more of a believer in one Lovey Smith.
I love Lovey.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm picking them.
Yeah, no, me too. I
That
think,
beard is boss.
isn't it?
Oh man,
One day I hope to get it like that.
right?
I
Keep
got a
hoping.
gray in here somewhere, but I pick it out every day.
Yeah, well, I got a bunch of gray in mine here. You can have some of mine.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you some of mine. Mine's not as curly as yours, though.
I got some stuff.
And finally, boys, Sunday at 3:25 p.m., live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, in what do they call that stadium? The TD Bank Dome Stadium
Yes,
boat
the-
ship situation?
The titty ship.
The titty ship.
I thought it was Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Purple rain,
Man,
purple rain.
you guys are Prince.
I know I am. The 6-3 slumping Cowboys
Right.
at the 8-1 surging Vikings. I don't even know if I can call them Vikings anymore. They're too good. It is a pick'em game, boys.
Really?
Really?
It is a pick'em.
Wait, in Minnesota.
Yep.
Huh.
And
Pick'em. And 8-1 Vikings, 6-3 Cowboys on the road, and it is a pick'em game.
wow.
But what's funny is so the pick'em, if you pick the Cowboys, it's a -120 bet. If you pick the Vikings, it's an even bet.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there is a bit of Cowboys bias on the pick'em side, but that's what it was when I pulled and this is from yesterday. So I don't know what it is today, but this is what we go by when I pull them on Monday
Wow.
or on Tuesday. So Big Red has Dallas and the over.
Okay.
I'm taking Minnesota and the under.
And what's the points?
47.5.
Ooh, that's a lot of points.
Yep, that's what she said.
You know what? Give me the Cowboys and the under. That game's at 3. It's not at noon.
Yep.
Fuck you, Cousins.
And Gary.
I'm a Kirk Cousins believer right now. And against Dallas, I think he's gonna get it done.
It's not a noon game, Kirk.
You're right. He's proven a lot of people wrong this year. So, and I don't like him at all. But he got Justin Jefferson, Louisiana
Dude.
stand up,
Might be the best receiver in the league right now.
definitely up there. That catch, legendary.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm picking the You say Vikings or just Vikings?
Vikings at 8-1, they've earned Vikings, I think.
Have they?
Yeah, I think so.
If they have a couple more games go sideways, not
That's
8-1.
true.
So I'm picking the team that's purple.
All right.
All right.
And over under 47.5.
I'm gonna go over.
All right.
I'm gonna go over.
Wow. All right. So there you go, boys and girls. Those are our NFL Week 11 picks against the spread with guest picker. You can pick your nose and you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's nose, and nor would I ever try. Colby, you want to take us to break?
Sure. We got Tim's segment of I don't know what it's about, but what happened to her?
No, you got to say it right.
Oh.
What happened to her?
Kind of did that, but
I didn't. You didn't.
sounded like what you said was what I said.
What happened to her?
There it is. That's it. Gary's got it.
That's how I said it too. We have the What's Your Highlander of restaurant condiments, along with What Secret Impression Do You Do? And news and notes is all coming up next on the Drug Sports Podcast.
Substantial penalty for early withdrawal.
The Drunk Sports Podcast.
Welcome back to the Drug Sports Podcast, live from the DSP Media Studios in North Dallas. I'm IndyCar Tim alongside Colby Sapp and our special guest, Gary Jackson, from the Bottom Line Sports Talk Podcast here, right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network. Heard live on this channel Tuesdays at 7 and also replayed throughout the week and anytime you want to hear on your favorite podcast app. We love those boys. That's a podcast with a different take and kind of for a different crowd, I think, than what we got listening. I mean, I'm not
Just a
saying
little bit.
anything. It's just, by the culture, for the culture, because they are the culture.
Just a little bit. I mean, my brother liked Nickelback, so
I mean,
You know how much he likes Nickelback?
hey,
I got it on tape.
you got it on the tape, right?
You want to be a rock star?
No, I do not. Well, I like Nickelback.
he's like, we found him. We found the one guy that still
The
likes
one guy.
Nickelback.
And he's not even white.
He's not even white,
That's so weird.
and he's 6'4" and played basketball.
Right.
Oh,
Now, I
man.
will tell you this. I did miss the town hall meeting where everybody decided all of a sudden not to like Nickelback. So whenever that happened, and also whenever we decided that we didn't like Megan Fox in movies,
when we had that one,
that's because of toe thumbs.
it's because, well, it's also because they all of a sudden wanted her to act.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
And I was like, you don't have her in movies to act. She's there to be Megan Fox. So
I wonder if she's looking for a boyfriend.
No, it's her and Machine Gun Kelly are still a
Yeah, I was
thing.
about to say,
Is that a gangster?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No,
The fakest gangster you can ever think of.
He tried rap for a little bit and then got beat down by Eminem because he called him out on, and actually called his daughter out on a song.
About to say,
Oh,
it was
wow.
his daughter that I remember they like took it to the extreme.
And so Eminem buried him, and now he's a pop star.
Gross.
He buried him so hard he had to take the hip and the out of it and just be pop.
He sounds terrible. I'm
He
just
is
gonna
terrible.
say. Why is she with him? Does he have a big thing?
No, it's one of those crazy relationships. It reminds me of
Pete Davidson and
the
Kim Kardashian.
Angelina Jolie and
Her brother?
Brad Pitt.
and
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
That was weird.
It's different though. No, like Billy's a legend, right?
Yeah, but
In his own mind.
at the time, no, he is
He's
now.
a legend.
But at the time, he was just that crazy stinky guy.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
That's true.
so they had, she was actually like the star of the couple. Nobody really knew what was up with him.
That's true.
Just that
You know, they carried vials of blood of each other around their necks.
Yes, they wore vials of blood, each
Hold
other's
on.
blood around their neck.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Do y'all do that?
No,
No, I do not carry Colby's blood around my neck at all. I don't.
I wanted to know how close I was. I didn't know.
That's not part of the dating ritual that we might issue into.
I mean, I do have vials of some of my other victims' blood, just not
but
on
they're in
me.
your air conditioner where you can just look at it through like Dexter.
Yeah, just not on me right now.
I'm not sure. I should have came on this show
tonight.
You kind of started it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't ask the question.
Boys, I'm going to introduce a new segment tonight.
Is it anything to do with what happening with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife and Jordan's kid?
I don't know anything about that.
You can hear the episode.
What's happening?
About what me and my brother talked about that. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good
Is
one.
this something you need to fill me in, or do we all have to go listen to last night's Bottom Line Sports Talk?
Oh, it wasn't last night. This was like months ago. But
yeah, but now they're official.
they're official.
Thing.
Yeah.
You think Michael Jordan's high-fiving his son, or he set that up, or
I think he set it up.
Okay.
I think he set it up.
Wait, so is Michael Jordan dating Scottie Pippen's daughter?
No, Michael Jordan's kid is dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
And we all know how Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen's relationship is or isn't.
Right.
Huh.
They're not friends anymore.
One can argue they never were.
Yeah, I would believe that. That's disturbing. Like
She's hot. Don't get it twisted. She's hot.
She's bad.
She is hot as Stephanie Curry's mom. I mean, she's pretty hot.
You think she hot?
I do.
I don't.
I mean, I've had worse.
No. This is like you see Pippen's ex-wife in anything. You're like, whoa,
Right.
oh, stop down.
Tell me somebody who you think's fine, Tim.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
No. Actually, somebody that we would agree on.
A woman, because I was gonna say
Megan Fox.
So she's an older version of Megan Fox.
Yeah, she's there,
but she still looks like her younger self.
Oh, okay. Wait, hang on. I'm about to put her on the screen. You guys tell me if this is what you are referring to as being hot. As soon as I get there, you vamp. Keep talking.
Well, I mean, I thought it was about to happen.
I
Right
know.
So that's why I stopped. But
I
I hope
did
it's not a
too.
picture of you with like your shirt off.
No, I would do that by accident.
Or that thing you showed Gerb that one time.
Another accident. Accidents happen, y'all. Okay.
First of all, you got a lot of accidents going on.
Right. Well, you shouldn't keep pictures of your own penis in your phone.
They're all over my phone.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Is this her?
Yes.
Mine is like plastic surgery nose. Like
Eh.
she got a bad body and all that.
I mean, I see the boobies.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're in about besides the one thing pointed out. And by the way, side view, she looks all right. And you can't
I was about
really
to
tell
say
it
maybe
knows.
because I saw her from a side view.
I mean,
But she's also what, 50?
Yeah, she like 50 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you don't date 50 somethings.
Look at her.
Huh. All right.
I mean, the fact that she looks like that and Scottie Pippen kind of looks like he's still on Sesame Street.
Yeah, he talks.
He has Muppet voice, like we were talking about earlier.
He talks like it too.
Gary, we had a hypothetical. This was off the air, I think. I don't think we did it on the air.
No.
What if? Okay, what if she comes on to you, the hottest woman that you could possibly imagine, comes on to you, making eyes at you from across the room, makes her way over, starts kind of rubbing up against you and smiles, and then when she opens her mouth and talks, she sounds like Dikembe Mutombo.
Hi, how are you?
Are you in or out?
You want to do something?
You want to make out?
Putting a tennis.
Oh, that was
ball
Reiner.
Putting a tennis ball in her mouth.
Well, I mean, that's we all do that anyway,
right?
Regardless of what they sound like.
But then you just end up hearing,
like your vacuum cleaner's clogged up.
Right.
I don't know, man. Voices matter, so I don't know if I'd be in, but it depends. Because we're on a drunk sports podcast. How drunk am I?
That's true.
As drunk as you need to be.
Well,
like how many 12 packs to get to that point with a girl like that?
I've tested this theory. I still hadn't been drunk enough to make a mistake like that. So,
you know what? Hang out with me more. I promise we'll get you there. All right, boys, let's do a little bit of what happened to her, as we got to say it right.
Okay.
And this is a visual. So we're going to have more fun with visuals. I'm about to put a picture on the screen and tell me, number one, do you recognize her? And number two, tell me what happened to her.
Oh my God, I do recognize her.
I was about to say, I think I recognize her.
That would be one Pamela Anderson.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
That is Pamela Anderson.
You know what happened to her, right?
Tommy Lee?
She's like 60 something now, right?
She's not that old, though.
How old is she?
I thought she was like 55.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, look up her age.
She looked like she had a bad plastic surgery in
I think she had more than one. She is 55.
Okay.
55.
From Lady Smith, Canada. So we're going to take a little trip through the life of Pamela Anderson, and I want you to tell me at what point.
Did she fall during this trip?
She looks like she fell on her face several times. So here's another one that's fairly recent. Okay, but
That doesn't look as bad.
Maybe 5 years ago, I think.
Right.
Oh, it's 5 years ago?
Yeah. And then
she definitely fell.
And then the next one's probably 10 to 15 years ago. And this is the last time I can remember thinking she was hot with the short hair.
She is not hot right there.
That was before she. Oh, see, I think that's awesomely hot right there.
Are you looking at just the titties?
No, well, yeah, but was there more?
I mean, yeah, the hair thing.
I'm digging the hair.
I'm not digging the hair.
And the eye makeup, I'm digging all of that.
You can't pull the hair and the eye makeup.
Oh, you want to
like
bet?
it's cheap.
I can pull those eyebrows and they're painted on.
What?
Of course, and then we get to what we all remember.
Yeah,
right?
There we go.
The
Yep.
Baywatch.
Yep.
Baywatch days.
Barbed wire.
The
By
barbed
the way,
wire.
Slow motion run.
Greatest movie of all time, by the way, Barbed Wire.
I mean, it wasn't, but
As far as I'm concerned, it was.
I guess I'm showing my age because I don't even know what the hell it is.
Barbed Wire? Oh, it was a movie she was in. She was an action hero.
yeah, it was a Dark Horse comic that they made into a movie, and basically she's,
That's her name, Barbed Wire.
she's Barb, but she's tough as barbed wire.
Is her chest showing?
Oh yeah, a lot.
So
Okay.
great.
I can go watch it tonight.
And then as we continue to go backwards through her career and her life, I used to have this poster on my wall. And yes, I was in my late 20s at the time. And my wife was like, why do you have that poster? I'm like, look at it.
But you were married and had the poster?
Yeah, I was in my garage.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's been through wives. Like most people have been
Like
through tissue.
Pam
Never met his
Anderson's.
standards and all that stuff like that.
I've been through wives like Pam Anderson's been through implants. And then going further through her life, of course, from her days on Home Improvement as the Tool Time Girl, which is where she got her start.
That's where her acting began, huh?
Yep. I think this was one of the promo photos for that show. She barely looks like herself. And then, do you guys know where she got her very first start?
No.
Mickey Mouse house.
No. So she's Canadian, clearly. We all remember that.
Right.
Because I just said it.
Canada.
So she was spotted by a model executive or talent scout or whatever on the Jumbotron at a Toronto Blue Jays game at Skydome. And he booked her to be the Labatt girl for their ads, for all of their print ads.
I did know that.
And this is her as the Labatt girl up in Canada.
That's some interesting stuff right there. I didn't know that.
So my question, boys, is how do you go from this, and she's probably 20,
Right.
to this at 55?
You know what? When you show those views, that's just a lady at 55 years old.
That fell a lot of times.
Dude, okay, look, let me be very bluntly honest with everyone listening, as I've been known to do in the past.
Right.
I'm on some dating apps.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I've got 55 as the top of my search query. And I usually just don't even look at them.
Uh-huh.
Dude, there's a lot of way better looking 55-year-olds out there in Dallas than that.
Probably.
That is the result of many, many sessions of bad plastic surgery.
You know what? I've seen what many sessions of bad plastic surgery will do, and it's definitely worse than what I'm looking at right now.
This could be way
there is worse, clearly.
But it is some bad plastic surgery.
But even this, you're still like, you're getting older, but
I'll take the picture was just up before that.
But you'll take that?
I'll take that over what you just showed.
Over that?
Yes.
You're insane.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's got to be the hair for me. Like, I'm not rocking with the hair.
And
like
that? Like, you'll take that?
I'll take that. I will take that too.
I mean, I just want that.
Well, I mean
hell,
you can't go back.
I'll even take that.
Now you're going to jail.
No.
Yeah.
You definitely want to go.
It's just in my head.
No, you want to go under the jail.
Oh my God. It's so disappointing knowing that that's what that turned into.
You know what stayed this whole time? Her high cheekbones.
Well,
Everything
not naturally.
I didn't say it was natural.
Guarantee you those are implants too.
Well, her chin, her lips,
her nose, everything.
Veneers. I heard she got an Adam's apple worked on, but that's just a rumor.
Probably a wig.
Wow.
I'm just saying. All right, boys, that's our very first edition ever of What Happened to Her? What do you think of that?
I thought it was great, especially when you were going after youngster Pam Anderson and ended up having to make this statement.
I'm going to jail.
Can't go to jail if it happened a long time ago, right?
Well, you said she was 20. She looked like she was all of 15 there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, back when I was 20, we all looked 15.
What happened?
Throw a picture of me when I was 20 up there. You guys think I'm 10.
Probably.
Maybe.
Penis was 10.
What happened? How does that? Because you grew it
So
late?
Colby, are we going to get into that I've never heard? Yeah, it didn't come in till late.
Yes, we can get into that right now.
So, Colby, tell everybody what's happening here.
So let's just go ahead and pull a little bit of the curtain back. I like to pull the curtain back. This is the second time in this show that I mentioned that we're going to pull the curtain back, and we're going to do that right about now.
Mommy.
So I sent a text message to Tim, and we're going to get to the main part of this segment in just a little bit. But I was actually at an Albertsons and going through the grocery aisle, and, you know, there's the ketchup, there's steak sauce, mustard, and whatever. And the top shelf, they had for sale, and I didn't know this was a thing at stores, Arby's sauce. Arby's sauce. Just where you can just take it home and just put it on whatever the hell you want. And I thought that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Because the only reason why I've ever stepped into an Arby's is because of the fact that I could put Arby's sauce on stuff.
Do you consider Arby's sauce barbecue sauce?
I consider it to be
ketchup. By the way, mark that.
Ketchup alternative.
Do you like
really?
Arby's, though?
I love Arby's sauce.
Okay.
To the point that I will go to Arby's and order Arby's food because I get to put Arby's sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
Oh, it's so great.
It's amazing.
I've been sober, I've been drunk. I
use the horsey sauce at all, Colby?
I do.
You mix the two?
I do.
Wow. I haven't tried that.
Just a little bit.
You know how old I was when I realized that horsey sauce meant horseradish? I was like 30.
Yeah, because you probably thought it was horse semen the whole time.
I did. I thought why are they putting this in packets and how do I get that job?
Right. Yeah, I don't think I want the job of ejaculating a horse.
Well, I wear gloves sometimes.
Oh, I'm just saying.
All right.
It seems like a too big of a job, and I don't want to have to. Man, you'll get carpal tunnel so fast.
Well, he sit on his hand and then wait for it to get.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, the horse appreciates it.
Yeah, you're not trying to issue. I mean, the horse doesn't care. It doesn't know it's the stranger.
Exactly.
The stranger.
That's what they call it, the stranger.
Y'all ever seen a horse condom?
No.
Me neither. I was just wondering.
I was about to say, why have you seen one?
I haven't.
So I was like, man, is Arby's sauce the greatest condiment in the world? I don't know, but we need to discuss that tonight on the Drunk Sports Podcast. So I shot Tim a segment idea, and I was like, hey, let's do Highlander of the restaurant condiments. And he was like, you're going to have to explain that to me. So I was like, there can be only one.
There can only be one.
Yeah, because of the Highlander stuff. And he was like, "What's the Highlander?"
I was lost. I'm like, I'm sure it's a comic book or something that I'm not supposed to know, but that wasn't the case.
No, it's not, because and he's like, what, did it come out in like the 90s? It's like, no, the first Highlander movie came out in 86.
I was about to say 85, 86 here.
And that's crazy to me that I don't know about it.
I wasn't even born then.
And,
really?
And it had Sean Connery in it.
It did. It did.
And he was still like, never heard of it. No clue.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
You're showing your age.
No, I mean,
no, I was 15 years old in 1986. I was riding high on on a Top Gun in 1986.
So you had reasons to go to the movies, so you had to have seen a Highlander poster at some point.
I would think.
At least a poster.
And I can't believe nobody in your friend group, 15 years. This was a movie at age 15 that was about aliens living on Earth, that a group of them had to get together and basically fight till there was only one left so they could have all the power. And it involved cutting heads off. I think there was boobs in the first movie.
Huh.
And and it was all about just the action and, you know, the plot line. And it was a pretty cool plot line. And there's, at some point, 15-year-old Tim didn't go, man, action, dismemberment, boobs, gonna see it.
Sean Connery?
Sean Connery.
James Bond.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
And so
I have no idea how this somehow escaped me in my entire life.
I mean, it was that. They had Highlander 2. I think Mario Van Peebles was in Highlander 3.
I was about to say, I remember 3. That's when I watched
Van Peebles.
Some. I went back to 1.
Right.
Because 3 was like kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and since we were talking about this today, you said it was a TV show too, right?
Yes.
Was it like on Netflix or something, or
no? I think it was like on Channel 21 or
like,
something
like
back in the day.
Broadcast. So,
what was it like?
I want to say Lauren watched a TV show called Highlander. I wonder if that's what it was. But it wasn't that recent, right?
No,
we didn't. We got married in like 2005, so
it was before then, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they were probably showing reruns.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
So
that is bizarre to me.
It's McLeod. And man, I remember the song that ripped through everything. It's been spoofed so many times. The lightning all over the place, and good God Almighty, the fact that Tim, and you know what? You now have homework, bud.
I was about to say he got to watch this.
I got to catch him on Andor before I watch more shows.
No. No. Now, what you need to do is, now I'm not saying watch all the movies and watch the TV series or go back and look at any of the novels or the comic book movie.
At least the first one.
But you got to go watch the first one.
Right.
You're an 80s kid anyway that loves stuff that's in the 80s, so you'll be used to some of the special effects that are there, and just give that a jaunt.
So is this set like in modern day, or is it like a Conan the Barbarian situation? Or
now the explanation is that it's set through multiple time periods because Highlanders don't age like humans do.
Oh, okay.
So kind of think of them as, I would almost go space vampires, because they don't age. They have certain rules and such like that. And so go at it like that.
All right. I will do that before Monday's show.
And so we need a report on Highlander.
I can't just, I'll probably just read the Wikipedia page.
I knew he's going to do it.
That's our new Cliff Notes.
So,
if y'all even know what those were.
But
I know what they were.
And
I use them.
Getting to, by the way, no, you need to watch the fucking movie.
All right.
I did use Cliff Notes though in high school
Me
and
too.
college. I had to get by somehow.
But the whole reason behind this Colby's double barrel was, number one, was to find out what you guys thought was the only one, if you could have only one restaurant condiment, and there's a bunch out there. You have to, I know I'll throw out a few here real quick that are at the top of my list. Of course, Arby's sauce. I love Arby's sauce. Whataburger ketchup, cane sauce, Chick-fil-A sauce, blackened ranch from Popeyes. Oh my God. Wingstop Ranch. Oh my God.
Ooh.
The Jack in the Box taco sauce.
That's pretty good.
It's great. And you wake up in the morning and you're out of hot sauce, but you got a few packets of that in one drawer somewhere. It's like, oh, that's going on the eggs.
And it looks the same going out as it does going in.
And that's just the tacos.
It's a metaphor there.
But there's those, and whether you want to talk about your Kentucky Fried Chicken's gravy, the brown gravy.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness. So all of those are on the list. And if you can think of any else, McDonald's Polynesian sauce.
Sweet and sour.
Yeah, they're sweet and sour. And all of those. I'm trying to throw out enough that we make sure we get enough of these mentioned, because I know we're missing over a few. What any others you guys got to throw into the tumbler here before we start picking our number one?
So back when I used to eat Burger King a lot, and that was before the Burger King by my house turned to complete shit. By the way, it is a combined Burger King and Popeyes in the same structure, but there's like different counters, different drink machines, but they share a dining room. It's kind of like being in the mall.
Right. So they put both restaurants that have the absolute worst customer service known to man in the same place.
And
I've only seen a Taco Bell and a Popeyes together, I think.
Dude, they're both so bad. I mean, I have to drive to like Lake Dallas to get a decent burger at Burger King.
Right. Popeyes. Don't go for the service. Just go for the chicken.
Just for the chicken.
And I love Burger King onion rings, but I always had to have Burger King onion rings with the Burger King zesty sauce.
Yes.
That zesty sauce is crack.
It is.
So
It is.
I just somebody put me on. It was a worker at Golden Chick. They got a zany sauce.
Right.
It's actually like pretty good with the fish and the chicken tenders.
Wait, they have fish at Golden Chick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
They fish is actually pretty good. I never had bad fish from them, so that's pretty good. It's fried hard, but that sauce, I was like, dude, give me some whatever. He's like, try this right here. I was like, okay, but you got to give me multiple. And I was like, oh, this actually is a good fit.
Right.
I'm gonna throw that one in there.
Yeah, and I don't want to give away my number one because I thought of it. Well, the one I thought of during the break, Colby, that I had forgotten about, because I had what I was going to say was my Highlander, and then I was going to change it during the break because I thought in my brain about Allsup's taco sauce. Their salsa, the great little. If you're unfamiliar with what Allsup's is, you got to kind of live out in the country, I know of one, and there's one in Lake Dallas.
And not be afraid of gas station burritos.
Yep, there's one in Pilot Point. They're all over Oklahoma. But dude, they have the best little fried burritos. You can get bean and cheese, beef and bean, beef, whatever, veggie and stuff, dude. But they're like crack. And the hot sauce, taco sauce that comes with those is also like crack. It's amazing. But Colby, I thought of one other one since we've started the segment actually that I'm going to call my Highlander. You want me to go there now?
Yeah, you can go there now if you'd like.
As a child, man, there's going to be a lot of people, maybe y'all even have never heard of this place. We did a lot of eating in Carrollton. Right there at Beltline and Josie, there used to be a Wyatt's Cafeteria. And their tartar sauce was, okay, kitty crack, whatever. So I would get the same thing I order when I go to Luby's now. I go to Luby's every year on my birthday. Yes, that is my birthday restaurant. It is Luby's Cafeteria. I get the fried fish, I get mashed potatoes, and I get macaroni and cheese. And with that fried fish, I get about 4 ramekins of Luby's tartar sauce, which is close, but not as good as the old original Wyatt's Cafeteria tartar sauce. I don't know what it was about it, but dude, I would sit there and just eat it. I'd ask for extra when I'm done with my meal, and my mom would be looking at me, and I'm eating tartar sauce by itself out of the ramekin, licking it and everything, and it's just grossing everybody out.
Ugh.
But that's my Highlander, because I can eat tartar sauce on anything.
That's
try it on your burger sometime.
Probably not going to be my. I mean, it is basically mayonnaise with just different vegetables,
spices in it,
spices. So that's. I mean, I can understand that. I did want to throw one more out there that just came to mind. Chicken Express.
Ooh.
Their hot sauce. Ooh. That serendipity hot sauce with the cowboy on it.
Forgot about that.
Ooh, buddy.
Forgot about that.
Aren't all those chicken places kind of the same? Like Golden Chick and Chicken Express? I don't know the difference.
You would have to actually be a connoisseur of fried chicken in order to know.
I make my own.
I was about to
fried
say,
chicken.
honestly, it's a difference.
I can tell the difference right off the bat.
Yes,
right off the bat. As soon as give me a thigh, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know as soon as I bite into it.
Are they better than KFC?
Well, I'm not putting KFC in the Highlander challenge. Me personally.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the chicken. Is the chicken at Golden Chick and Chicken Express as good as KFC? Because I think KFC's got the best.
It's better
chicken.
than KFC. I'm not putting KFC in tops of anything.
But they only have boneless chicken, right?
Who?
at those two places?
No.
You can get a chicken leg
Yes.
on the bone? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought they were just tenders.
We got so
No.
much to teach them.
Yeah, apparently. And I've never heard of Highlander.
Now, I will say, that other part.
That's the problem right there.
I will say, on occasion, I'll have myself a hankering just for the original KFC.
Right.
Original, yes.
Just because the skin on it and the fry on it's
Mhm.
that much different.
So you like me, I like the skin.
Right.
Me
The
too.
skin is real good.
Yeah,
I can
me too.
go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, what's your Highlander?
my Highlander, you know, it's been a toss up because of the hot sauce and bringing up the serendipity hot sauce. I love Arby's sauce. I started thinking about it. I would go to any of these other places, even if they didn't have their sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to Whataburger without their spicy ketchup. It'd be upsetting, but I would go.
Well, there was a time when they didn't have it. Like, that's fairly recent, and we went there anyway.
But their ketchup is so much different than any other place's ketchup.
It is.
It's just whether it's less sugar and a little bit more salt and whatever on it. It's just the perfect ketchup, right?
Yep.
But I'd still go to Whataburger. Arby's wouldn't exist for me without Arby's sauce.
No, me neither.
So because of that, I have to say that Arby's is my Highlander in this bracket here.
You have convinced me to try Arby's.
Dude, it's greatness.
I've tried it drunk, sober.
Here's what you do.
It's never worked.
Here's what you do. It may be just the roast beef sandwich with the onion bun and whatever.
I think I did try roast.
I get the roast beef and cheddar. I got to have the cheddar on it.
And it's the whiz type of cheese, whatever.
Yep. Cheese whiz.
In order to get the actual like Arby's taste without having to worry about any of that other mess, just go in there and order you some curly fries.
That's the only thing that I like. That is the only thing that I like is the curly fries.
And get you a little thing of the Arby's sauce.
Okay.
And just dip that in there.
I can go there for that. Anything else?
And once you have that, order your sandwich. But eat that a little bit first. And then after you got that Arby's sauce taste in you, then take a small bite of that sandwich and see if it don't change your mind. Because I think it will.
You make me drug myself before I sit up there and eat the burger or the sandwich or whatever.
No, I'm just getting your taste buds right.
The commercial's nasty too.
Man, I might have to hit Arby's on the way in. We have the meats.
That's what, like the commercial.
I think it's awesome.
No, that's nasty.
We almost were going to use that slogan for the podcast.
Right.
Drunk Sports Podcast. We have the meats.
Well, you like
But then
penises, so I mean, I am not shocked.
I like what?
You like the penises of the world. You like showing off your.
Don't. I like showing mine off. I don't like other people's penises.
You said you've seen a couple other people's penises.
I've seen 1,000 penises. I used to work in porn.
Right.
But hold on. Wait. Mark yourself saying that.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that was a lifetime ago.
So
It was 2 days ago.
all right, it's on you.
What's yours, Gary?
So
He's going to say ketchup.
no, let me get a couple things out the way.
All right.
Whataburger's whack. I'm not.
Does that mean
bringing-
good?
No.
No.
What?
It means trash.
All right, you're off the show.
Wow.
I'm turning his mic down right now.
I made people not like me at work till I proved my point. But anyway,
Greatest hamburger in America.
outside of the spicy ketchup, Whataburger is not worth it going to there for me. That's why I say that. Like,
Well, people can be wrong. It's fine.
stop it.
I'm bringing you Whataburger Tuesday.
So I love Cane's because it was one of the things that came to our hometown or whatever, just for the sauce. Chicken is dry. It's not all that, but the sauce makes it better. I was put on to Lane's not too long ago for some old coworkers.
Yeah.
Lane's jalapeno ranch
Right.
is delicious.
Do you know they used to be the same place and the recipe is exactly the same?
Oh, I know. That's why I didn't want to say Lane's sauce, but the jalapeno ranch.
Yeah, no, I like that too.
Oh my God. I'm gonna put the jalapeno ranch in there. I know Lane's is more of a Texas thing, so anybody who's listening, come to Texas if you're not in Texas.
Right.
To get Lane's, I'm gonna go with the jalapeno ranch. I love it. I get it every time I go there. I think I'm gonna try to get some Lane's if I get out of here in time, just so I can get it. But I'm gonna go with the jalapeno ranch from Lane's.
All right. So we've got Arby's sauce, jalapeno ranch, and tartar sauce from a place that you can't go buy it from anymore anyway.
No, it's closed.
Because what?
How are you gonna name a closed place?
I'm just saying that's
we
my
gotta-
favorite.
We gotta get the people what they want though. They want to go taste these things.
Well, then they need a time machine,
Right.
just like me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about I throw the Luby's tartar sauce in because that still exists.
Well, I was gonna say if you need a time machine, I mean you got to go back to 15 to watch Highlander.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna watch it at 51. Is that okay?
I mean, you just flip the numbers.
Yeah.
pretty much.
So the next part of this segment, and by the way, congratulations to everybody that now Tim has to watch Highlander, and he'll be up with the rest of us. The next part of the segment actually stems from I was listening to Ben and Skin on that they're the Freak for a little bit yesterday. Yesterday was Macho Man Randy Savage's birthday.
Oh yeah,
and
Slim Jims.
So while they were talking about it, by the way, they totally missed over the fact that Macho Man Randy Savage actually had a rap album.
he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Be a man, Hulk. Be a man.
And Ben Rogers started issuing out his Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation.
I bet it was bad.
So
I think it
it
is.
wasn't spot on. I could tell who he's trying to impersonate.
Okay.
And that's all you really need.
Okay.
But I realized at that point that I didn't have that bad of a Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation.
So you thought Jersey was just a little bit lower until you heard this one.
Yeah, and so I was like, wait a second. And so I started going over things, Mean Gene. Oh yeah, and realized when Macho Man starts to talk that you end up having when you got the universe, Mean Gene, and you start talking about the big words, you realize that, oh yeah, you can do the Macho Man just right. And I thought, my Macho Man ain't half bad.
That's pretty good,
That's
actually.
pretty good.
Because when you're talking about things in the star system, Mean Gene, you know that, ooh, yeah, I'm the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah.
I feel like as long as you get that, ooh, yeah, right.
Right.
I feel like that's the accent of the character. Like, I love it.
And I loved it when he actually did like longer words, like this Federation. And he would it would be like he was about to shit himself live on TV.
Yeah.
And it was like he was trying to chase down the Duke boys. I'm going to get them. Oh, yeah. Hot pursuit. That was amazing.
He's no longer with us, right?
No, he's
not.
He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And the fact that every single interview that he ever did, he always started with his hand over here with his two fingers together. And I'll tell you something, when you get to the end of the line, Mean Gene.
See, most people won't pay attention to that though. Like I'm glad you picked up on that like I did. Like one of the favorites for sure.
So it's not an impersonation that I thought I had. And still that's what was happening in my car right after that for a good 30 minutes was me and the radio talking to each other in Macho Man voice. And I was like, I wonder if anybody else on the show has like this pocket impersonation that they don't often issue out. And they have this ability to have this impersonation. And I thought maybe if we threw it out there, we could add to the show. Tim!
I got one.
You do?
So I've done this impersonation since I was a teenager.
Oh.
And all my friends liked it. The girls seemed to like it. It's a cartoon character.
Ah, okay.
It's a dog cartoon character.
Okay.
Is it Courage?
I don't know who that is.
Okay,
No, this will be like Marmaduke or somebody from back in the day.
Close. I don't know what Marmaduke sounds like.
It's not Scooby, is
it? Ruh-roh, Raggy. Rudy Warhead.
Okay. Wait.
It's the laugh, though. It's the laugh that gets everybody.
Right.
No, I was just guessing. I didn't know it was Scooby, though.
It was Scooby-Doo.
So,
And actually, when I was on the radio back in the day, we had a bit around that character where Scooby would get into certain adult situations as if he was a human being.
Ooh.
And we'd have fun with the voice and everything. And, he'd have to talk his way out of, either a ticket, speeding, or a porn situation or something,
I was going to say, did you want to do a porn situation real quick? Because I'm curious now. Like Scooby can get out of anything. If you're going to get him in a porn situation.
He can.
Get him in the porn situation with Megan Fox.
Gross. I got to have time to write that.
All right.
No, you know what we need to write with this combo right here, right now. I mean, not write it right now. But you know what we need to write?
What's it?
We need
Macho Man and Scooby Doo Adventures.
Oh my god!
Yes, yes. And they're like, I don't know, in a normal Mystery Machine, Mystery Incorporated like moment to where like somebody's, the ghost or the bad guy, and it's Scooby and Randy Macho Man, Randy Savage. I know I said Randy twice, trying to solve a mystery.
That might.
God, that would be epic.
I think I liked it.
That'd be
A
epic.
sports mystery.
Sure.
Ooh.
I was thinking of liquor mystery.
You could be.
Who took the last beer out of the fridge at the studio?
It could be. Or, like the mystery of what happened when Jason Garrett screwed over Wade Phillips in order to get we could go back in time and solve mysteries.
Right.
As Scoop. Because can you imagine?
Because Mike McCarthy could be there too.
He sure could be. Or surprise, I'm here. I was just out. I was back and
surprise, I'm here.
I got stabbed by Jason Garrett in the back.
I don't know if Gary knows who you're doing.
That's Wade.
All right, I just want to make sure.
I was about to say
You haven't been here that long.
Surprise!
I know who Wade is.
So that would be hilarious. That's a whole bit. So
we need to put that together.
Yeah, the Scooby-Doo and the Macho Man. Solve those mysteries.
Yeah. Right, Randy.
I saw the bad guy go out back, Scooby.
Let's get him.
That's going to be great. We just got to write that down. We got to fucking write that down. I'm excited.
It's going to be good.
About the Scooby-Doo Macho Man.
You got one, Gary? What's your best impersonation? And don't say your brother.
No, I wasn't gonna do it this time. I don't know. Like when I work for a company, somebody told me I sound like Eddie Murphy whenever I like get to like
rolling.
Get to rolling and stuff like that. I don't know how to bring it out though. Hey Shrek. Hey Shrek. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on it. Because I hadn't done anything in a while. But that's what I was told. I sound like Eddie Murphy whenever I get to going.
Pete Davidson's on my TV.
That's amazing.
That is,
eating a crunch wrap.
That is.
Idiot.
All
right.
So hold on one second. Now, since he brought up Shrek before we get into news and notes, the question I've always had is, what the hell happened between Donkey and that dragon?
They
and
had babies.
How did that happen? No.
That's actually a great question.
I want to know how it happened.
I'm about to say it's a how. That's actually a great question.
First of all, where on the dragon is a vagina?
I'm telling you, that dragon wasn't bad. Those eyelashes.
And secondly, how is Donkey pleasing that? I mean, I know donkeys are got built-in pork loins, right? They're donkeys.
But it's with a dragon, though.
That's where the term donkey dick came from.
No, it's with a dragon, though. Like a donkey dick to a dragon doesn't make sense.
No, that'd be like trying to land a 747 in the Grand Canyon. You've got something big, but what you're landing in is bigger.
And it was like, what, 3 or 4 of them, right? 3 or 4 kids?
Yeah.
They were triplets.
I don't know if it was a litter of dragons. I don't know if that's what you call it, but
yeah, I don't know what you call it if you have a litter of like donkeys or whatever. Like, I don't know what the proper name.
I'm scared to Google it for theories because I'm sure I'm going to end up on some website that just has donkey just going at it with the dragon in missionary position, and all you see is a little donkey butt jumping up and down.
Do it.
Yeah, and then send me the link.
Right.
I'm okay.
Are you sure? If I'm going to find it.
I know you are. I feel like you're relentless right now. That is actually a great question, though. And I don't know. I've thought about that, too. And, like, Donkey was running from the dragon for a while.
Right.
And they wind up having kids.
And in the inside of dragon's fire, are you sticking your donkey penis into a fire vagina?
Like, the kids look like donkeys and dragons mixed. Like, that's not
weren't they dragons with a donkey head?
Yeah, that's not normal. That's nasty.
That's like Frankenstein shit right there.
Some anime shit.
So if you were to go into that world, could anybody impregnate a dragon? Could there be, like, dragons running around with Colby faces?
I mean, I'd try.
Well, Fiona was, like, fucking hot and gorgeous, and then she was an ogre.
Right.
After she kissed her true love. So
No, we found out she was an ogre to start with, and the princess, the pretty part, was the part that was the spell.
Well,
remember?
I'm saying though, she kissed her true love. She turned into her true self. So her true love was an ogre. So she turned into an ogre. So I guess I'm confused. Like,
I mean, they're not all 10s, okay?
No,
Trust me.
A 10. She's not even on the scale.
See,
Trust me.
that's how far,
she is off the scale.
that's actually, I could bend my mind around that because ogres kind of looked a little bit like humans, so I'm all right with that. But it was the whole dragon thing. It's like, who else could Pinocchio just went in there and stuck his nose in it?
Well, he did. He made special appearances in there.
Okay.
His nose kept growing.
All right.
Wait, so you can get your mind around the ogre, but not the dragon?
I can't.
That's nasty.
See, I'm okay with the dragon.
I'm okay with the dragon if we're going to talk about the ogre versus the dragon.
Yeah.
I'd
rather have the dragon.
I think I would go with the dragon.
See, did the dragon have boobs?
No, but she had eyelashes.
Yeah, well, the ogre had eyelashes and boobs.
The dragon had a fat ass.
I mean, did you
So
not
did the ogre.
see Fiona's ass?
Well, it was just
Okay,
random.
first of all, the name. I'm out with the name.
Fiona.
I cannot F a girl named Fiona.
And I know what you're going to say. The dragon's name was the dragon, but
Yeah,
Right.
I'm okay with the title
okay
over
with
a
the
bad
title.
name.
Okay. I feel like I'm the only sane person in the room right now. For
Are
some reason.
you?
You know what? I do. I really do.
You want to do the ogre?
Over the dragon? If you gave me door 1, flaming vagina dragon, door number 2.
But listen to what you just said. Flaming vagina. Like, is there no excitement and adventure in your life right now?
I ain't putting my penis anywhere near flames.
I feel like I've put my penis in a lot of flaming places before, and it didn't hurt until
Now we
afterwards.
disagree because I have not done it.
Yeah. But that was just the STD that was talking to you.
Well, and it went away.
I mean,
Did it? Because
Yeah,
you probably went back for seconds.
my penis is normal.
thank you, Tim. Mark yourself. Thank you to the Bottom Line Sports Boys.
Yes.
One of them for showing up.
Trying. I'm going to get him here next week.
And thank you to me for making it sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird. Internets. And by God, there it is. By God, I found it. All right, let's go to where we're going to Texas. We're already in Texas, but we're going there anyway. So there's a 25-year-old man that either jumped or climbed onto a moving 18-wheeler before starting to dance. Now, I don't know why or what elevation you were at in order to jump onto a moving 18-wheeler, but he got there to the point to where the guy driving the 18-wheeler didn't know he was there. And so, y'all remember, you may not have seen Teen Wolf. Have you seen Teen Wolf?
Big fan. The new one, the old one, which one?
The old one, the movie.
I didn't see the old movie.
There's a new one?
I have seen it, but yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while. Yeah.
So, Styles in the movie loved getting on the van and doing dances until at one point the Teen Wolf jumped up there and did it himself. Riding down the road and he's dancing. This guy was trying the same thing, except for he didn't see too many Looney Tunes cartoons. They found an overpass and he was dancing. He didn't get down. He didn't nothing. He just went whack.
Been there.
So he was rushed to a local hospital and later pronounced dead, according to a news release. This might have been fun to see for a little bit, but I can't imagine being a person that's like in traffic and sees Dancing Man heading towards the overpass. There's nothing you can do. You can honk, you can do whatever, but you can't. What is the universal signal to get down, lay down? Where is, and you probably have somebody beside you that's just found out hip hop exists, and is like getting into the new song and is doing this too, and like, nobody knows what's going on.
It looks like you're signaling me to slide into home plate.
Right. Down. I mean, something. I mean, you see this about to happen. You roll down your window. If you're on your motorcycle, you're just like, rah! Because that's all they're going to hear. They can't actually hear you articulate anything.
No.
Well, that's when you sit in your car silently and you like Scooby, like, oh.
Yeah.
That's when you start videoing just to see what happens.
Right. In case it goes viral.
Yeah.
Right.
That's definitely something I couldn't forget, though. That's terrible.
No, that's god awful. So, A, I feel sorry for the guy that never saw Looney Tunes to figure out that overpasses can kill. And B, everybody else that was in traffic around him. And also the truck driver that had nothing to do with it. But next thing you know, he's one of the ones that ends up in the line of, I wouldn't say responsible, but actions did cause.
Yeah.
So good God almighty. Hey, let's not go dancing on semis on the freeway. That just sounds like a bad idea. Let's go from there to a plane crash, not the plane crash.
Okay. All right.
We're not doubling up on Texas things that happened. By the way, if you're wondering what we're talking about and you've been under a rock or whatever, go find out for yourself. I don't feel like going into that because
that was nuts.
That's bad. We're going to Ontario. Reason why we're going to there.
Good day, mate.
Yep, not it. Is because there was two guys that were passengers on just a little prop plane. Basically the ones that if you've ever been assigned to have a connector flight in one of these planes, you're wondering if it flies. You're wondering if it's big enough to actually do anything. I've been on these before. To where as you're getting on it, you're looking around at everybody else. And at the time, I was a fat person. And getting on this plane, you're like, man, all right, I better be the only fat person or else this thing might not be taking off. Another fat person get up on here, and we're probably past this weight limit. I don't think we're getting off this runway. And if we do, it's just going to be for a short period till we hit the ground.
Colby, I used to fly those planes.
Oh, yeah?
Did you know that I had a pilot's license back in the day? And those planes are safer than the airliners that you fly on.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't feel like it.
I know they don't, but they are.
Well, not according to these two guys. They're not safer because these two guys, Duncan Bailey and Gene Carl.
That sounds like a lawyer firm.
It would, except for they're also one guy's known as the Reaper and the other guy's known as Great Value.
The Great Value Reaper?
That sounds like a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. They died in the plane crash because it was dark and they couldn't see like any ground
right
or anything to line up. Or
that's
whatever.
when you fly by instruments is what we were taught.
Well, I think they were mostly trying to fly a little blind so that they couldn't be seen because they were running from the law because Reaper and Great Value are also their names as they were hitmen for a living. They would go kill people.
Oh, they were being hunted.
Yeah.
That took a turn for something different. I didn't think that was going to be it.
Now, I can understand why Great Value, a.k.a. Gene Carl, changed his name to Great Value because, I mean, if you're going to try and locate a hit man in order to perform a hit on somebody, you're probably either looking for the Reaper or maybe just a Great Value.
Colby, don't fear the Reaper.
Right. So you'd rather – I'd feel –
I feel the Great Value. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I'm thinking, though, like, if you were to find out who was hired to kill you, I think I'd be more scared of the Reaper than it would be for the guy that was like, but I'm a Great Value.
A Great Value contract. That's what he
right.
He's like, you're not good enough to get the Reaper.
No.
I'm going to give you a Great Value, though.
But both of them ended up with this, the same counts. So I guess somebody hired the Reaper and Great Value. I mean, they supersized their Canadian hitmen. and at any rate, they by the way, not really good if you're wanted by the law for the job that you probably need to pick a different profession.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sound like they were playing chicken though.
So there's that. One of my total disdains for in this country is HOAs.
Yeah, they're the worst.
I hate homeowner associations to the point to where if I find out an area that I'm going to move into has a homeowners association, I'm not. I might love the house. It might be a great price. Not doing it.
Too big of a headache.
And because there's other people that'll now be able to tell me how my house needs to look, be where I need to take my trash out and all that kind of stuff. And I don't need to be schooled.
Some of us need the instruction.
You know what? Even those people that need it, they may not want it.
That's true.
Nobody needs that instruction.
So, but let's go to Florida because Florida is America's wine. And the Miami-Dade State Attorney, Catherine Fernandez Rundle, will announce the arrest Tuesday afternoons of a press conference of the Hammocks Homeowners Association Board, as they charged fines for like your trash being off or your mailbox not being high enough or too high or whatever, or your fence needing to be this or that, or you were too loud and noise complaint. Charged all these fines and didn't inject them back into the home area. Instead, injected them into their wallets.
Money.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot.
I do too.
For over $6.8 million in a 1-year span. First of all,
what's a fine cost?
That's a lot of fines right there.
that's a lot of fines. That's also a lot of rich people that didn't care. Right?
They actually paid every fine.
Yeah, they just didn't care. All he needs is $50,000, Buffy. Oh, well, that's the price to pay for not getting the lawn guy out here soon enough, Richard.
Did you call him Buffy?
Buffy
and Richard.
Buffy and Richard.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew they were criminals anyway, and now that just proves
Yep.
it to me.
I think you're right.
So we'll go from there to good God Almighty.
Just read a headline.
Woman busted with nearly $500,000 of cocaine in her wheelchair tires.
I feel like that's a regular story now.
I need to get a wheelchair.
See?
So Paulino de Rivas from the Dominican Republic was arrested in JFK Airport in New York for trying to smuggle cocaine into the United States. Now, when it says $500,000 worth of cocaine, that is cop math. Understand. It's probably not $500,000 in cocaine. It's probably somewhere around 250,000.
Still,
it's a lot of cocaine.
But 250 doesn't sound.
No, it doesn't
like
sound as great as
yeah,
$500,000.
yeah.
No,
doesn't look as good in headlines.
when you get into cop math, you have to realize that they've got to pad their books a little bit on what they're doing. So but it was in her wheelchair tires.
That's a great place.
I mean, it is, but I'm thinking, man, what if something happens? Because now your wheelchair tires aren't supported by normal things that normally are in wheelchair tires. What happens if it starts to deflate? Do you pop a cocaine bag? Do you start leaving a trail?
As you rolling down, you leaving a white trail behind you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why's it got to be white?
Because it's cocaine.
It's cocaine.
I'm just checking.
Mm-hmm. So the X-ray, because they X-rayed her wheelchair, revealed tubes of cocaine weighing in at about 28 pounds packed inside her chair's wheels.
Can I ask this if you maybe have an answer to it? How big were the tires? Because I feel like that's a logical question.
Standard
right now.
issue wheelchair.
Are we sure? Because like
now this is one of those electric wheelchairs with kind of like the all-terrain looking fatter tires.
That's what I'm about to say. It's got to be the fatter ones.
It wasn't one of those
the roller ones.
self-rolling ones with the thin bicycle tires. You ain't fitting 28 pounds of
no,
nothing in those.
That's what I was saying. Of course it's gonna pop if it's like the self-rolling ones. Like,
Gary knows a lot about hiding cocaine. I'm just saying.
Right.
We told our mom something one year that we are ashamed of, so
Oh.
I'm not supposed to know anything.
By the way, their mom likes me on their own show better than them. Rightfully so.
Everybody likes you better.
I mean, rightfully so.
I mean, I was like, that's the start of the show.
I'm a catch.
So as we're in Florida, we'll stay there as a Florida man and a drag strip owner's eccentric car collection is up for auction. You can bid on the cars, and also you can bid on his 2 14-foot fiberglass sharks.
Jeez.
Which I have to ask, first of all, his car collection, some of them look really nice. Some of them look kind of dirty. Like nobody's cared about that car for a little bit. Probably, I mean, there's old Stingrays. There's stuff in here. There's a Plymouth Prowler in here. How long has that been since somebody's like, man, I'd like to have a Prowler? But then alongside of it is 2 14-foot fiberglass sharks just right there in the cars with it. It's like, you could have this car. You want to bid on this car? You want to bid on this 14-foot fiberglass shark? which probably the reason why it's up for auction along with the rest of this stuff is it doesn't look like this guy has any control over like buying things.
Jeez.
Because if I'm going to say this now, if you own not one, but 2 14-foot fiberglass sharks, it's like maybe buying one, it was on a whim.
The first one was a mistake.
First one was like, you know what? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'm really drunk and cross-faded and high and all of that at the same time. And I just had cocaine.
Because we're all drunk.
I want that fiberglass shark. But then it to happen again, I mean, you had to buy it from the same place. I'm not sure there's many places that sell.
You definitely went to the same place.
Yeah, you don't like shop around for those things, right?
Right. You're not on eBay going, no, I don't like that one. No,
I feel like somebody like that just has too much money.
Or had, because now all of their stuff's being auctioned off.
So it's been seized, basically.
Right.
Maybe they didn't pay taxes on all of those things.
No, they went through Craigslist.
Right. So I just saw that and I was like, 14-foot sharks. I don't know why I'd want one.
That's definitely awkward.
And finally, y'all ever played pickleball?
Nope. But I'm sort of interested because it seems very low movement.
I think I have.
Okay.
Wait, you don't know if you've ever played pickleball? How drunk were you?
I've been drunk a lot of times in my life.
So
I'm
for
not proud.
Those that don't know,
Telling your
pickleball
mom.
is basically it's a wiffle ball
She knows.
setup with a racket, and it's like you each got a square and a net, and you're just trying to hit it back and forth, and it's pretty much
It's like tennis, badminton, hybrid or something.
Foursquare, something like that.
Four square, but with slow moving, kind of like you're hitting the skeets.
Yeah.
Type of situation. Well, doctors are saying that see more pickleball injuries as the sport rises in popularity. Which I've watched pickleball be played, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I mean, I'm sure there's a skill to it, but it doesn't, like Tim said, look like there's a whole lot of movement. And even though people have said as far as it's so fun, I can't stop, it's addicting, talking about pickleball.
I don't know about all that.
I can't imagine showing up at the ER and going, hurt myself playing pickleball.
Yeah, I'd make something up.
Like I hurt myself falling off my four-wheeler.
Hurt myself diddling.
Right.
Like that would be better than pickleball.
That's a better excuse. You're right.
That would be better than pickleball.
You are definitely right.
Right. I don't know if hurting myself, alleviating my inner splooge is going to be something I would want to tell them. Like I would probably go, oh man, I hurt myself polishing my own bishop. I hurt myself.
Well,
playing.
I mean,
might be the best pickup line ever.
No, they have shows out here like that. Sex sent me to the ER.
Right.
My strange addiction.
Yeah, I'm not trying to end up on one of them shows. So because of that, I think I'd rather say other than saying that I hurt myself playing pickleball. I think that is less embarrassing than saying something that I should be fairly good at because I'm a man of a certain age that I probably shouldn't be injuring myself at all, not unless I'm trying strange new things like, David Carradine or something.
I'm going to go to the other one because the pickleball kind of like, I feel like that's embarrassing.
I mean, maybe, but not as embarrassing as I hurt myself lighting my own lighter. I was flicking my bic. Something
flicking a bit,
Yeah.
Oh, can I add one? Because my brother brought it up yesterday on Bottom Line Sports Talk.
While he was flicking his bic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't in the room, though.
You just said you were on the air.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not proud. But a 100-year-old man celebrated his birthday when his daughter took him to a strip club here in Dallas. Oh!
Yeah, we saw that story.
The Lodge.
Yes.
I was like, and my brother's like, I think I'm going to go there. I was like, it's not what you think.
No, the Lodge is not great.
It's not what you think.
It's not great.
I mean, it used to was.
It used to be.
Yes.
Used to be great. It's
but
not great
shout
anymore.
out to, him for his 100th birthday and his daughter having the sisters take him to a strip club.
If I make it to 100.
He doesn't have that much time left.
No, but did he blue pill up before he went in or?
Did he need to?
I don't think he needed to. That's what I was about to say. If he would have went somewhere else, like, ecstasy.
Right. It's true.
Then, yeah, he should have blew if he went to ecstasy, but not the Lodge.
I mean.
Maybe Buck Wild. That's what I'm thinking of. Buck Wild's, baby.
I've never been to that one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've heard I should.
Buck Wild's a fun time. I haven't been in some years.
Better than PTs or lipstick? I feel like we're just reviewing Dallas Gentlemen's Clubs now.
We might be.
I'm about to say, do we need to?
Tim, given the option, you're turning 100 years old. Where or what are you doing? What you want to do this thing? Your 100th birthday.
I want to do my last Drunk Sports podcast.
All right, so are we planning our like go out party? Like we plan on our 100th birthday? We're passing right then.
I would love.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I would love to see that.
So you're going to
You want to watch me die?
No, I want to see the podcast.
Yeah. Which was actually watching him die.
Yeah. You know, die after the podcast, so not during.
So all right,
ratings gonna go down. I know.
So what? So what about you?
For my 100, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to go out the only way that you should go out. Like
the way you came in.
No, somebody on top of me, and get
Okay.
my last one out.
Right.
I think I want to do that. He went to the strip club. I feel like he went halfway. His daughter should have went ahead and got him a escort.
Well, we don't know how the night ended.
Yeah, if he went to the lodge, we do.
Well,
we also don't know how much money he had.
That's true.
That's true. How many singles did he have?
Right.
That's true.
You can pretty you can walk out with something.
I want to interview him because I want to be like, did you throw the singles or did she throw them for you?
You don't throw them. You make them come get them. Man, y'all don't know how to men's club, do you?
No, I've got it down.
You make little paper airplanes.
No, I go to holes in the walls. You don't sit up there and let them come to you. You got to sit up there and go to them.
Oh, that the one you got to pull the string out before they lap dance you?
I hadn't been to one of them in a while.
I have.
I think for me, it would have to be the old man diving into the mosh pit one more time.
Really?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I'm not mad at it.
One more time. Elbows are flying. Bony old man elbows are flying. See if I can hit one more person before I go and just fall over.
If that happens and anybody drops you, I'm fighting.
Uh-huh.
I'm fighting them.
Ooh. Not the mosh pit.
Here's my penis.
Give me one more time in a wall of death.
Ooh.
There you go. That's what I want. The whole thing parted. Me in my walker with tennis balls on the end. And let's go. It's coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. And see who I can hit. That's news and notes, everybody.
Thank you, Colby. Thank you to everyone who's made this one possible. Everybody that was on the YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, and on Facebook tuning in. And special thank you to whoever the Facebook commenter was, because I don't have your name here, who said that you sent me the Luby's tartar sauce recipe.
Ooh.
Because it's the closest you could get to Wyatt's. And he spelled Wyatt's right, which he or she, which would make me believe they know what it is. So special thanks to you, person. I will thank you off the air when I figure out who you are. We are the Drunk Sports Podcast, live every Monday and Wednesday, and soon to be maybe more frequently, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the DSP Media Podcast Network and on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. We'll be back on Monday to recap Cowboys, Vikings. Hopefully by then the Cowboys are 7-3 and the Vikings are 8-2.
Right.
But we will see. Special thanks to Gary Jackson for making his way up here from the Bottom Line Sports Talk. Check those boys out on Tuesdays from 7 to 8 right here on the network.
I'm going to admit something real quick.
Okay.
I spent the whole show going, all right, I'm going to talk to Gary. And then my brain would be like, am I sure it's Gary? I'm pretty sure it's Gary. Is it Gary? I'm pretty sure it's Gary. I'm not sure. And then I would talk myself out of being sure. And I was like, I knew right when I was about to say, it's like, all right, here we go. Now throw it to Gary. And then be like, I'll throw it to those Bottom Line Sports boys over there.
That's
because
it.
My brain went.
Don't even look at the names. Like I told women a long time ago when they looked at me and him, and they're like, oh, y'all twins. I was like, yeah, I'm Gary with the glasses until I got contacts.
Right.
So that's when they got different.
Y'all don't even look alike.
No, it's not.
But it's not that. It's if you don't know both of us, it's like, I don't know.
See, my brain just, because it was like every time I've talked to y'all have been together.
Exactly.
And so it was once we got talking, I was like, my brain would divide it and everything would be good. But every time I see y'all, I think, Gary. All right, now which one? Oh my God.
Well, you're going to freak out when they're both on the show together sometime.
You know what? By that time, no, it'll be fine by then.
You'll be good then, because you didn't see you.
Yeah, because I don't have to ask, because especially if I screw it up and I'm be like thinking I'm talking to Carrie, but I'm actually talking to Gary, it doesn't matter because both of them's here. One of them I answer.
Oh, we got to make sure we disappear for a couple of weeks. That way he can
he'll forget again.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice. We want to, again, thank everybody that watched us. We promise we'll try to do better next time. Till Monday, We'll see you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Drunk Sports Podcast. Join us next time for more Drunk Sports Talk. Until next time, here's to you.
This is the funnest night ever.
We're all drunk.
God damn it, Griggs.
Shut up, Tim. We're not talking about my mother.
Shots fired. Shots